What's this red stuff? It looks like yarn. I told you this guy likes grandmas. She's been knitting him a quilt. Drop the dipstick in it. Okay, so learned two things. So we got Kimi Moto, Complete Journey of Dreams. That sounds so majestic. Let's see, estimated installation time, 10 minutes. Before you begin, please read the instructions carefully and verify that each item is in the list. Okay, I guess that's one thing. Please retain these installation instructions for further reference and parts ordering information. Important. Please read the installation instructions carefully before you start. Is that not what it just said? If the vehicle is clean and free of other debris, it will be easy to install. For your safety and to ensure a satisfactory installation, please complete all the installation steps in order shown below. Okay, it looks like we have two of them. Whew, okay, all right, let's see what we got. Remove fuel tank cap, put the bag through the fuel hole, then tighten the fuel tank cap. Make the final position, then take the Velcro off and stick the bag on the vehicle. All right, now that we spent 9 minutes reading the instructions, let's see what we got here. Looks like we'll just do this, like that. Put that back on, and then we'll peel. We'll get this where we want it. We'll hit that with some brake cleaner, and then we'll stick it. So, good thing we wasted 9 minutes reading the instructions, right? Look at that. It's got like a little organizer in there. You can like put all your little pins in there when you're going to the office. Surprise for him. All right, I guess we're done playing around. Let's get some gas going. We're not flowing any gas at all. And I checked that petcock before I put it on. Huh. Why aren't we flowing gas? Maybe we'll turn it over. Get some suction going. There, it's going now. I wonder if this cap's got if it's clogged up. I sure do. What are you doing?
I said to get B, my new guy.
B and your new guy?
Yeah, right here.
You look like you're ready for some summer weather. Where's your shirt at? You don't have a shirt?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's no good. Drip. All right, let's test this again together. Yeah, she's pissing hot. Yeah, that's a good flow. So, and the problem, yes, buddy. Sure. Well, I have some fuel filters, but I know these things suck. Oh, yeah. I know these things suck. No particular reason or anything. If you bend these things the way like this one's bent, of course this one's leaking too, then it cracks that seam right there and they start leaking. So there's not a lot of room in here. Probably run it like butt it right up against that and then try to give it a gentle curve. And these are like 1/4 inch, so they're small, and all of this hose is cracked anyway, so I guess we're gonna get them some fresh hose. No flow, so the float is stuck in the carb. There we go. Got a little trickle going. There we go. Alright, let's see if it starts or if it's going to be a pain in the ass. That throttle feels really good. Progressively revs, you know, the way it should. Yeah. Alright, we'll get the oil double checked and then probably go ride it around. Or what's this red stuff? It looks like yarn. I told you this guy likes grandmas. She's been knitting him a quilt. Drop the dipstick in it. Alright, we're gonna check the shifter on here and see if we're gonna need to adjust that clutch or not. So now that it's circulated some oil, now we're gonna see where this is at now that things have actually spun. Okay, so we were back to like all the way out and like 8th turn in. Now it just feels tight like everywhere. Alright, well I'm going to turn it all the way in. Just all the way in, bottomed out. Let's see. Let's start turning it out then and see what happens. I'm turning it out farther than what we should for sure, because it's like tight. Interesting. Interesting. So right there, something just happened. I let off this, but like we're still in gear, and now it's slipping the way that it should be slipping if you were holding up on it. But I got this thing backed way out, like way farther than it should be. And it is going to be a little extra grabby because I sanded those discs. See, that's what it should do right there. I got the shifter up, and I'm going to rev it up and drop it and see what happens. Didn't do anything at all. Probably doesn't like to be out that far. But maybe now that we did that, maybe it'll act right when I turn it in. Okay, now it's got a lot more loose spot. So there's all the way in. Okay. And then I don't know what it considers tight, because it starts getting tight about half a turn out. There's like really tight. That's better for sure. I let go, it should want to do a wheelie. There we go. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Sorry, I don't think you can probably see my foot very good what I'm doing. But here we go. Lifting up. And still wants to lunge a little bit, but if I hold the brake and get it past that low RPM spot, woo! Woo! Fucking Bronco! The Gilf machine, she'll surprise you. So I think it's actually pretty good where it's at. Idle seems about right. Yeah, you can drop it into gear good now. Okay. Okay, all right, we'll go rip that around the yard down the road, and we'll make sure it's not slipping in high gear anymore. Okay, so learned two things. I think that pilot is too big. I don't know if someone changed it, someone tinkered with it. Pilot's too big. We're at like a quarter turn out. That's it. Just a quarter turn, 0.25. And that's kind of the happy spot where the idle is high, and if you rev slow, then it doesn't pop as much. So I think the idle needs to be changed, and maybe that clip needs to be adjusted. Which way would it need to be adjusted? The clip might need to be adjusted up, or the needle up, so the clip down to where it's getting more gas, and that might give it more gas / less air, because it seems like it's still kind of lean. So we got rid of the sputter at high end on red line. There was one problem solved. However, it does have like a bog whenever you're getting on it from like super low RPM, which I can address that part of it, like in my backyard. And then the clutch, we got the clutch turned all the way in right now on that last ride, and there was no slipping. Okay, great, but it was hard to downshift, so it needs that little bit. And it did say, you know, that you're supposed to go back a little bit, and then in an eighth or whatever the, you know, voodoo magic formula was. So I think what we're gonna do, instead of worrying about some stupid formula, we're gonna just go, let me see what this feels like. So like we only have less than a half a turn before I think it gets tight. So I think I'm gonna put it at, like, we're gonna back it up a quarter of a turn, and that's it. So we're gonna lock it in at like a quarter turn out, and then we're gonna make sure that that's still good, and see if it gets rid of the hard downshift under load. So just a couple more little tweaks, and then I think this thing will be good to go, and he can finish blowing them crank bearings out of it in a mud hole. I like fried rice. Time for you to go, little missy. Yeah, slap her on the ass and get out of here.